Welcome back to LPRs Delivery. Today's topic will continue about phrasal verbs from the last lesson. In the last lesson, we talked about what a phrasal verb is, and we talked about the different types of phrasal verb and how grammar affects them, and also some examples. Today, we'll focus just on the vocabulary and only point out the special phrasal verbs. First of all, let's look at this situation. Sorry, I can't hear very well. Could you talk more loudly? So talk more loudly could also mean speak up. Yeah, so speak up means to talk more loudly. Could you speak up? Next, consider this situation as the airliner is on the runway or on the taxiway waiting to take off. It looks like we will be delayed about 20 minutes due to heavy rain. Please be patient with us while we wait for weather improvement. So be patient with someone is the same as please bear with us. To bear with someone is to be patient with someone. Please bear with us. Next one, let's look at this situation. Let's say this is a manager and this would be maybe a worker. And he says, "You've been doing a very good job lately. Continue the good work and you'll be promoted to watch supervisor in no time." So continue the good work. We could also say keep up. Yeah, so keep up the good work. One thing to notice about this phrasal verb is that we use it with an object. Keep up something. Now, in this situation, it's pretty obvious because the good work obviously means the good job that this person has been doing. So we might think about using the pronoun it. If we do that though, keep it up and you'll be promoted in no time. So keep it up. So again, this is a separable phrasal verb. So if we use the pronoun, we must put it between. Next, if the examiner asks you about your weaknesses, maybe you're like her and you get angry or upset easily. One of my weaknesses is that I can get upset easily or I get excited easily. I should be more patient. We can say to get upset, or we can say to get worked up. Yeah, I can get worked up easily. Next, consider a pilot. Pilots sometimes want to fly at higher speeds to compensate for delays on the ground. So they have some delays, so they want to go faster to do what? To make up. Yeah, to make up for delays on the ground. So make up for, same idea as compensate for. Next, consider this situation. Low fuel. Control, we're having a small amount of fuel. If we don't land in the next 30 minutes, we're going to use all of our fuel or become empty. So what phrasal verbs can we use here that are similar? Well, first, control, we're running, to run low. We're running low on fuel. If we don't land in the next 30 minutes, we're going to run out. Yeah, so to run low or run out are both phrasal verbs. So one thing to notice about both run low and run out is that they can be intransitive, which means that we don't have an object. However, if we want to say something else, we can say run out of fuel or run low on fuel. So notice the difference, run low on or run out of. Next, let's say this person has received a phone call. Okay, I've got your message. I'll send along the message to the manager. Thanks for calling. Or I'll give the message to the manager. We can use a phrasal verb here, I'll pass on, right? I'll pass on the message to the manager. Again, notice here that we talk about the message twice, and we pass on something. So it's a transitive phrasal verb. And again, pass on is separable. So if we say, I'll pass on it to the manager, we cannot. Again, it's separable, so I'll pass it on to the manager. Next, let's think about this situation. Maybe this person is collecting some information about a situation. So he might ask, can you tell me about the situation? A phrasal verb that we might use here is to fill me in, right? Can you fill me in about the situation? So again, fill me in is the same as tell me. Fill me in. Next, the interviewer in the exam might ask you something like this. How well do you have a friendly relationship with your colleagues? For the phrasal verb, we might say, how well do you get something, right? There's actually two possibilities here. How well do you get along with your colleagues? Or how well do you get on with your colleagues? These are both correct and mean the same idea, but get along with is more American, while get on with is more British. Next, let's say someone calls the controller, and the controller needs to ask the supervisor, and then the controller will contact them again. So she might say, let me ask my supervisor first, and I'll contact you again. So what can we say instead of contact you again? To get to you. All right, to get back to you. So get back to someone is to contact someone again. Let me ask my supervisor first, and I'll get back to you. Lastly, we'll look at a kind of a slang phrasal verb that we use in English that people have come to use in Thai as well, about hang out. The reason we talk about it is that hang out has a different meaning among most Thai people versus most native speakers. A lot of Thai people might say, this weekend I'm going to hang out, and this is what they mean. However, this isn't necessarily the case of how native English speakers would use the phrase hang out. Really, hang out just means to spend a lot of time in a place or with someone. So for example, you might say, like this situation, this weekend I'm just going to spend time with my family at home. So this is a totally appropriate situation to say, I'm just going to hang out with my family at home. Nothing about partying or anything. Likewise, you might say, this weekend, I'm just going to spend time at Hui Teng Tao and read. So again, not really partying, but you could say, I'm just going to hang out at Hui Teng Tao and read. If we want to say like this type of situation, we could still use the word hang out, but we need to be more specific. We could say, this weekend I'm going to hang out with my friends at our favorite nightclub. So again, it's like spend time with someone or at a specific place. And that's it for this edition of LPR's Delivery. See you next time. ขอบคุณครับ สวัสดีครับ